Ransom Canyon just wrapped up its second season, and let me tell you, it closes a lot of doors while throwing wide open a bunch of brand new ones. The long-running will they won't they between Staten and Quinn finally hits a payoff that actually feels like it's going to stick this time. The Kirkland heir gets his grip back on Double K, and on top of that, he patches things up with his father. Not everyone walks away happy though. Yancy over at Fuller Ranch becomes a dad, but his relationship with Ellie falls apart because his past just won't let him go. And then there's a messy new love triangle brewing between Lucas, Kit, and Lauren. One brother comes out of it hopeful, the other gets his heart broken. So with new relationships forming and old ones ending, there's clearly a lot left on the table for a potential season 3. Now there's no official renewal yet, so this is all speculation for now, but if the show does come back, most signs point to a possible 2028 release window. Let's break down everything that could be coming. The oil discovery at Fuller Ranch. One of the biggest storylines running through season 2 is this con that Yancy, Ellie, and Sydney try to pull on Sam Kirkland. Here's the backstory. A month before he died, Cap Fuller took out a mortgage to buy a new piece of land. Problem is, when people actually go check it out, it looks completely worthless. Staten and Yancy both figure Cap just wasn't thinking straight near the end. Fast forward, Yancy needs cash fast to buy his way out of Sydney's involvement in his life, so he cooks up a plan to convince Sam Kirkland that this useless land is actually sitting on oil, just so he can flip it to him for a big payday. But here's the twist. Yancy backs out. He doesn't go through with the con, so Sam keeps his money and Yancy keeps the land. Then comes the real gut punch. Freddie, his buddy who'd been posing as a land surveyor, tells him the land actually is loaded with oil. For real this time. And this lands right after Yancy and Ellie officially split following the birth of their daughter, Isabella. So you've got heartbreak and the temptation of serious money hitting Yancy at the exact same time, which is exactly the kind of combination that could pull him right back into his old con artist habits. It could also open the door for new, opportunistic characters to roll into town chasing that oil money. If there's a season 3, this oil discovery is shaping up to be one of the biggest new storylines. Who's expected to return? Ransom Canyon has always been about its town. The community is really the heart of the show, so it's a safe bet most of the main cast comes back if season 3 happens. That includes Josh Duhamel as Staten, Minka Kelly as Quinn, Lizzy Greene as Lauren, Garrett Wareing as Lucas, Marianly Tejada as Ellie, Jack Schumacher as Yancy and Kit. On top of the core group, expect the wider town cast to stick around too. Justin Johnson Cortez as Kai and Philip Winchester as Dan, the town's small-town cops. And characters tightly woven into everyone's personal lives are also likely back, including Patricia Clarkson as Claire, Tatanka Means as Jake, Lauren Glazier as Angie, Jennifer Enns as Ashley, and Brett Cullen as Sam Kirkland. And knowing this show, expect some new faces too, since every season has brought in fresh storylines and fresh people to go with them. The love triangle drama heading into season 3. By the end of season 2, some couples come out on top, others not so much. Staten and Quinn are the good news story here. They finally commit to each other fully, no more back and forth. So if season 3 happens, expect their arc to shift toward actually building a life together, juggling the ranch alongside Quinn's plans for her annual festival. But while those two settle into their happy ending, the younger generation is anything but settled. Lauren and Lucas break up in season 2, and Lauren ends up pursuing something with Kit instead. Except that relationship is messy from day one. Both of them have complicated romantic histories that tangle directly into each other's families. That's a recipe for ongoing tension, especially if Lucas, who's clearly not over Lauren yet, decides to stay in town instead of heading off to university. So even though the show's central romance has wrapped up nicely, Ransom Canyon is nowhere close to running out of drama for its younger characters. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.